from Gathered in the Kitchen. Welcome back today. Today we're going to be making this adorable little bunny wreath. So we've got a great tutorial for you, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let's get started, guys. I've got two wicker wreaths right here that are two different sizes. One is a little larger than the other. I'm going to attach them like that. I bought these at the Dollar Tree. I have some floral wire, which you can pretty much buy anywhere, Walmart, the dollar store, also at all your craft stores. I have some wire cutters. I have some pretty ribbon. I have burlap. This is like a burlap ribbon. It actually comes like this on a roll from Walmart. That's the cheapest place I can find to buy it. Like that. And then I also have these really adorable carrots, which I purchased at Michael's, and I have some scissors. So we're gonna go ahead and get started.
I'm gonna wear a green shirt.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to take our floral wire and unravel it just a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. I'm going to put one wicker wreath on top of the other. And all I'm going to do is put the floral wire on and twist. Like that. And we're going to wrap this a little bit on there just to secure it. You could use hot glue to also help secure, which I do have a hot glue gun heating up, so if I feel I need it after putting on some rounds of the floral wire, I'll go ahead and use that, but I'm pretty sure we're not going to. No. All right. So there we go. That's pretty secure. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Again, I'm just using a little wire cutter. And I'm going to twist this around the strand that I had originally at the beginning of the floral wire, like that. Now I'm going to take my burlap. Mine's pretty frayed at the end right here, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that off a little bit, just to make it a little nicer. And toss that to the side. Now I'm going to place my burlap. I'm going to do it just like that. So basically it's going to be kind of like holding the two wicker wreaths together, or think of it like a scarf or the beginning of a bow. So we're going to cut. Now this I will use the hot glue gun for. I'm going to wrap it. What we can do here is wrap it a couple times just for extra strength and durability. So I'm going to flip it over. Get the hot glue gun. A little bit of glue and secure. I'm going to put a little more there and wrap. Flip it over and do the same thing again. Just some hot glue like that and secure the ribbon. And what I like to do is I like to put a line of hot glue and then fold my edge over. Because like you saw at the beginning, before I cut this, it was really frayed. Burlap loves to fray. So we're going to just go ahead and secure that down. And because that's on the back, or it looks like that, I'm going to make that the back side of my wreath. I'm going to flip it back over. So you see, it kind of looks like a bow tie or a scarf, something like that. We're going to go ahead and cut these off. Can you get another hot glue gun? Okay. Next, we're going to do the ears. What I'm going to do is, I'm not really going to measure this. I'm going to make it about 8 inches wide, 6 to 8 inches wide. Whoops. We'll go about 6. It's in the other drawer in the kitchen. Okay, we're going to do 2 at exactly the same. Go ahead.
Look at the back wheel.
Fold. All right, we're gonna go ahead and cut our burlap about 6 inches. So I've already cut one. It's about 6 inches long or wide. And I'm going to take one end, so it's like a rectangle. Let me see if I can put that up there. Take the one corner and put it to the other corner. Now I'm going to fold that like that, and now I'm going to fold up. And I'm going, you can do this however you like. You can also twist the ears. There we go. So see how it formed like 2 ears, 1, 2? All we're going to do is put a little hot glue in here. So again, let me show you how I did that. Fold, fold, and then you fold up, and you get the 2 little cute ears. I'm gonna put some hot glue there, and then a little more here. Okay. So see, we've got 2 cute little bunny ears. We're going to attach this to the top up here. You can do a little bit of floral wire roped through there, which I'll go ahead and show you how to do that just to make this extra secure. So I'm going to just cut off a little piece of the floral wire. Stick it through my burlap, like so. I want it to come through on both sides. Sometimes it's a little difficult to get it to come through, because the floral wire is actually a very thin gauge, so it's not very easy to not bend. It's very bendable. So there we go. I've got it on. I'm going to just wrap this. Okay, so basically that's how you would attach it with the floral wire if you did it that route. And then you can also take hot glue and just squirt your hot glue gun right on the crease and put your ears on. And you don't have to worry about this not looking super beautiful yet, because I am going to put a bow up here to make it look cute. All right, so there we go. Here's the beginning of our bunny rabbit. You can tilt their ears, like put them to the side. You could have them in the center. It's really up to you where you decide to put your ears. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little more glue here because I want this one ear to come down just a little bit to spread out. So there we go. There's my ear. So again, we've got the ears and we've got the little bow tie in the middle so far. So the next step is creating our bow. I've got, let's see, what width is this? This is 1.5 inches wide ribbon. So I'm gonna trim my end. I like my wreaths to always have triangle corners or angled off corners. So what I like to do, this is my trick for making bows. I don't always measure everything, but this is how I make them. Whatever I do is I fold it in half, and this is going to be the length of my bow. Then I cut my other angle to match the one I just cut previously. Now I keep it there and I fold. I'm going to make a crease. Got some hot glue on my fingers. Make a crease like that. Now flip it over, fold down my tails. I like tails on my bows. Not everybody does. You don't have to do this part if you don't like long wispy tails on your bows, but I do. So I fold down about 1 inch to 2 inches. So because I've got mine on an angle already, mine would be about 2 inches. Then, so it's like this. You've got it folded in half and then about 2 inches folded up. Fold again. And you're going to make your crease marks. The crease marks are going to help you measure to give yourself even bows. So even loops in your bow. So basically we're just trying to make the creases. That's the hardest part, I promise. So now I've got my creases and I'm going to flip my bow. So I'm going to, I always make my bows this way. I put my right hand out and I keep the tail there. You can see a crease right here. So I've got another crease right here. I'm going to take this crease and go on top of that crease and angle it. So you see I have a loop. And I'm going to take the next crease coming down and put it in the same exact spot. And my bow looks like this right now. I'm going to take my next crease and go underneath those layers, underneath the tail, but on top of that bottom layer. So that makes my third loop. Then I take my very last crease, my fourth crease, and I fold it over just like that. Then you accordion fold your bows just like that. And it's kind of hard to see right now, but I promise that then you can pull out the loops, you can fluff them, do whatever you need to do. And what this is a new thing I've been doing. I used to sew them, but now I really love to use floral wire. So I'm going to accordion it. I didn't really make this a huge bow. This is going to be the one up top. So I'll do longer tails on his bow in the middle here. But what I do is I take my floral wire and I twist. So you guys probably hear a lot of talking in the background. I've got 3 kids and they're all home watching while I do this tutorial. So what I'm going to do is wrap my floral wire just around the center a couple times. Really, you don't need to do too much because I promise it's going to stay in place. Just pull it tight though. And then I'm going to cut it again with floral or wire snippers. Cut it. I've got both of my ends on the back. I'm going to twist them. And another trick I like to do before I cut off these wire tails right here, hopefully you guys can see that okay. Let's see if I can get it to focus, is I take like a needle nose plier and I pull. I just pull up real tight, hold my bow like this, and pull real tight on those wires. And then another trick I like to do is to flatten my bow like this. So just squish it. You can squish either way, whichever direction you want your bow to kind of go in. Then you just fluff, and you've got a really cute bow. You can always fluff them, so it doesn't always look exactly the way that you make them if you have a little mistake in them. So then what I like to do, just to make my bows look a little prettier, is cut off just a small piece of ribbon. This is just a little bit of extra that I have. Going to place a little bit of hot glue right like that. Fold it over. And then I place a bead of glue on here. Oh, I forgot to cut these tails off. I'm going to take these wire clippers, cut, take this, fold it over 3 times just to make it thinner. If you have a thinner width ribbon, you can certainly use that instead of this. And I just like to hot glue that in place. So it kind of looks more like a hair bow like that, but it hides the wire underneath. So I just take my glue. So put my glue, I'm going to do a little bit more on the bottom, glue like that, and take my little cover ribbon and just fold. And because this is going on a wreath and I'm going to hot glue it on, it doesn't have to be exactly perfect, like as if I was making a hair bow and was going to put a clip on the back. I'm just going to close that off, put a little more in there. And because hot glue is actually really hot, I sometimes like to use my pliers, my needle nose pliers, to help lay down the fabric because it is hot. So we've got that. There we go. So there's my cute little ribbon. I'm going to stick this up by her ears and make her a cute little girl. So I'm going to put a little more hot glue on the back and just stick it on. You can position them anywhere you want. I kind of want them to look like it's more on one ear than in the middle of both. All right. So our next step is if we want to make a bow for the middle of the little girl, bunny rabbit. So basically, we're just going to repeat the process of the bow making. However, this time I'm going to make it a lot longer. So let's see. I've got it. Oh, I'm at the end of my ribbon. So we'll just go ahead and use the rest of it. So again, fold it in half. The tape is still on there. because this is going to be showing, I'm going to actually make triangle ends on the bottom. So you fold it in half and cut from one side over to the folded corner. Then you're going to get really beautiful ends. So we're going to repeat the process. Fold in half, make our creases. I've got hot glue all over. All right, fold down our tails, and I said I want my tails to be long on this. So I'm going to fold them about to there. There's one. Okay, so I just fold both ways to get the creases. Fold them up to the middle and make your creases again. All right, so let's get going. Again, like I said, I always start with my tail in my right hand. Take my first crease, fold it to my second crease, and make my loop. So there's one. Take my next crease, fold it to the next one. So this is gonna be a lot bigger of a bow, as you can see. The third one, I take my crease and come up behind, go on my third layer, just like that. Take my fourth crease and fold it over. Accordion fold. And take my floral wire. What's up, bud?
Look at the back wings and the front.
They're not working?
All doing the same. But why are they stopping?
I don't know. We'll have to take a look at it. All right. So we're going to just fold our wire just like we did before. You can fold. You can like maneuver all of the pieces of the ribbon any which way you want. Cut it off on the one end so it's off from the big strand. Fold your pieces together, twist them, I mean. Pull so they're tight, and then squish it if you need to, or flatten it out, whichever way you need to go. Go ahead and do that now. And then rather than, well, actually I'll just go ahead and glue it on. So here's my bow. I'm going to cut off these wire strands right now. Use my hot glue gun and put the little bow on to the side, just like that. I don't know, do I like it in the middle or do I like it down the front? Or on the side, I mean. Let me twist this just a little bit and pull that so it comes down. Okay. And because I don't have much of this ribbon left except these little pieces that I have, I'm going to not have a very big middle section here. So we're just going to quickly do this. And then hot glue, front to back. Put this piece on. Again, you don't have to do this. This is just to cover up that wire. So there we go. Put it on. I'm going to put hot glue on the back. I like it to the side, I think. Stick my bow on. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. Then these little adorable carrots. Oh my gosh, I love these carrots. Let's use these cutters to cut the tag off. Again, these are from Michael's. They're so cute. Take this, and I kind of like them all together. You don't even need to take them apart. I would just stick them like that. You can hot glue them, but I think because I might want to reuse these again, I don't want the hot glue to ruin it, I'm going to just take a little more floral wire, cut that. And because it's got this jute tying it together, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to fold this a couple times to make it stronger. Twist it on. Actually, let's only do it 2 times. There we go. Twist this on. Twist. And put this right on to the side of the wicker wreath, and you just twist it on. Again, you could always hot glue this. I'm gonna flip it over so I can see it a little better. Just twist. Take your wire cutters if you need them, or your needle nose, and squish it so it won't scratch your door. And there you go. Here's my adorable little bunny wreath. I'm gonna take this off so you guys can see it just a little better. There we go. So we'll get it hung up on the door and show you guys the finished product. Okay guys, there it is. There's the bunny wreath. So again, it's just made out of burlap. We've got some bows on it to make it a little more cute, and then our adorable carrots. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you guys subscribe and like and share with your friends. Have a great day.